What's going on, Phils and Jungles? I'm Dash, and welcome to a game I've been anticipating playing for a while now. It's called The Mansion. A bit of backstory behind this. This guy, you can see the credits down at the bottom left. This guy, Navitas Era Sirius and Northern Verve wrote a choose-your-own-adventure story with pictures that they hosted on DeviantArt and had like the choose your own adventure thing be links in the description. So they hosted on Navitas Era Sirius, his DeviantArt page, and then this guy Slicer Forever, the programmer down here, he decided to make a Flash version of it, and later on added music and now narration. And you can see like all the voice actors and whatnot. So that's the version I will be playing. So it is the original stories by these guys down here, Navitas Era Sirius and Northern Verve, and but this is being hosted on Slicer Forever's channel. So just be mindful of that. Anyway, so it is an adaptation of a Choose Your Own Adventure. Without further ado, let's begin.
Deep in the Everfree Forest, Trixie sleeps peacefully in the caravan, foolishly parked in the middle of one of the most dangerous glades on the face of Equestria. A howling wind wakes her all of a sudden, and she gasps to see her hat and cape floating out the open hatch in her caravan. Immediately she lunges out, giving chase through the forest as her garments mysteriously continue to withdraw away from her, retreating deeper and deeper until finally she reaches a clearing in the trees. A looming shadow comes across her, and Trixie quakes on the spot in the intimidating presence of a large, ominous manor house. Biting her lip, she spots her hat and cape floating away inside through the front door. Knowing that she must retrieve her valuables back, she nudges the blue gates open and dares to intrude.
Of course she would. So it seems it doesn't actually. They've made a few modifications to the narration and restarted it. And it doesn't scroll along with it. Ooh, whoops. Ah, crap. Give me a moment. Okay, I accidentally scrolled the page and not the flash, so it seems like it doesn't actually follow the voice narration, which is maybe you have to click more. Also, there's, of course, with any Choose Your Own Adventure, there's going to be multiple endings. I don't know how many I'll do of them, if I'll just go to one, or if I'll do all of them, or a few. We'll see. Anyway, let's continue.
Trixie trots up the cobbled steps and approaches the large brown doors, pushing them open and looking back before entering. Her last chance to choose to go back closes ominously behind her as she steps forth into the grand foyer of the manor. Moving forward, she discovers a tablet set with a simple white cloth. Upon it lays 3 items. Take 2 of the following: the necklace, the key, or the jewel.
Okay, I have to take 2. I'd say a key is probably going to come in useful in a mansion. Why are they laid out like this? And I have to take either a necklace or a jewel. So this is where things start to split off. Huh. I guess I could use the jewel as a bartering chip in case I find any monsters or something.
Trixie reaches for the third and final object, a deep, guttural snarling bellows from behind. She turns to find the front doors wreathing in flames of shadow, a hollow creature leaping forth to charge at the unicorn. In fear, she abandons the third item as she flees. Trixie must quickly choose her escape path. Does she go upstairs, take the left corridor, or take the right corridor?
Okay, I don't have as much time to do this. Let's go up middle, I guess. Why not?
Trixie immediately takes to the red-carpeted staircase to evade capture, but the entity has not given up yet. Galloping ahead without due concern for her destination, the approaching corridor disappears from view, her hooves giving way as the floor collapses beneath her weight. Gripping the wooden ramp like a horrified kitten, Trixie grinds down to the bottom floor once more and tumbles out across the soft padded carpet. Leaping back and righting herself, she faces the direction she had just come from. For now, the presence has seemingly decided to return to its passive nature, though the door back into the foyer is now covered in the same onyx fire she had seen before. Given no other option, Trixie presses on deeper into the mansion, gently opening the door at the other end of the hallway.
Okay, I guess we just have to continue. Oh, whoa. What's with the painting in the background? I guess we just have to continue.
Upon entering the next room,
Whoa,
a horrific
hello,
sight
Twilight.
greets Trixie as she observes a familiar unicorn entangled in a mess of webby shadow strands. Her legs bound, her horn entombed, her mouth gagged, the poor purple mare wrestles helplessly as the sight of Trixie gives her hope of freedom.
To Twilight?
Will you help Twilight?
Well, considering we've already established that she's a better unicorn than I think I'm gonna help her out.
Without hesitation, Trixie dives into the pools of ooze and grasps at Twilight's free front hooves.
Trixie, please help me. Trixie is helping you. Kick harder.
Trixie's horn explodes with a flash of pink, wrapping its ethereal field around Twilight's hooves as she pulls with all of her might. A smaller tentacle lashes forth from one of the many dark vines encasing Twilight, bruising Trixie's skin and finding its way around her body.
I can't scroll the narration.
As Trixie withstands the assault, one particularly intrusive tentacle discovers the items Trixie had not long ago alleviated from the table in the foyer and decides to retrieve it from her. You lose one item of your choice, but earn one karma.
Okay, I have a karma. How do I... This narration is difficult to scroll, and sorry for, like, losing my scrolling abilities partway through there. It's very finicky. Okay, which item do I lose? I'm gonna lose the jewel. I think the key is gonna be more helpful.
The bubbling pit gurgles and refuses to put up with this manner of intimidation any longer, spitting Twilight out like a piece of gum before evaporating, leaving the room clean and untouched. Still looking desperately up at her savior, a moment passes between the two girls as Trixie looks on, unsure of how to go about being the hero, for once. Her role becomes clearer as Twilight leaps from the floor into a close embrace with the show pony.
Aww.
Thank you, Trixie. Without you, it would have gotten me for sure.
Twilight shudders at the thought.
Yeah, no problem. What are friends for, right?
Tilting her head, Twilight seems perplexed that Trixie refers to their relationship as being friends, especially in regards to what has happened previously.
Absolutely. Though, anyway, I should ask you, what are you doing in this place?
Well,
sounds like the
some
same
evil
voice
shadow monster stole Trixie's hat and cape, and she must get them back. A better question, though, is, what are you doing here?
Oh, well,
Never mind. Trixie doesn't care. Let's just get out of here. Oh, and let's get my hat and cape back before we leave.
Raising an eyebrow at Trixie returning to her usual self, Twilight stands and moves to the side of the blue mare to face the room as the two choose their next course of action. You have a choice of 3 doors.
Either the left door, the forward door, or the right door. The forward door didn't help me much last time, so, See, and also, I guess I should just not touch the little scroll bar. I should just use the arrows, because otherwise I'm going to lose scrolling powers. It'll be difficult to get them back. Let's go to the right door.
Trixie grabs the door and it zaps her with a tremendous bolt of electricity. Luckily, Twilight is behind her to catch the blue mare as she is thrown back by the force. Recovering, she notices that the magic bolt seems to have alleviated something from her possession. You lost 5 bits.
Oh, I didn't have any bits, so oh well. Okay, so right door is bad. Let's go forward door. Fuck it. Okay.
Trixie and Twilight press on through the forward-facing door, entering into a hallway. The ceiling stretches high into the infinite rafters of the building, whilst odd paintings line the walls, scorched and ripped as though something terrible had found its home on their canvases, and some pony did not want any pony else to see. The girls are presented with several options. An ornamental brown door sits on one side of the corridor, as one stands at the end of the corridor. As they bicker about being lost already, it might be best if you choose for them. Will you continue forward or take the door on the left?
It's like the freaking Haunted Mansion, the game is called The Mansion, but if you've ever been on the Haunted Mansion ride at either of the Disney resorts, the sort of waiting room, you have the sort of stretching elevator to get onto the ride. It kind of reminds me of that. Okay, I don't know, I've taken the forward door twice now already, haven't taken left yet, so let's go left. Also, forward, I mean, really, you think I'm gonna fall for that, it's obviously a trap.
Entering the left door, the girls walk into a theater. Trixie leaps onto the stage and begins to pretend
maybe this is the trap.
Twilight looks on, giggling. Things begin to go awry as wooden planks drop from the ceiling attached to shadow strands, and Twilight waves her hooves about to warn Trixie.
Of course you would,
Not
Trixie.
taking any notice,
Not very
Trixie
productive.
continues to flaunt her entertainment as the dark threads wander down and wrap themselves around her hooves, taking hold of her and lurching her into the air. Twilight must act quickly. Will you cut the strings with magic or scissors?
See, they didn't mention any scissors, although there are some over there to the right. And, I I clicked the thing and my scrolling is all screwy now. Okay, less. Okay, come on. Give me my scrolling back. Maybe I just have to go on the next one. Let's use the scissors.
Twilight leaps onto the stage
Oh, no.
and grabs for the scissors, but something pulls her away. They seem so close, but now they are so far away as rope wrangles both of the girls and the planks above dance about, shaking them to do whatever the whim of the shadow desires. Trixie and Twilight will perform for the entity's entertainment as living puppets forever. Game.
So I lost. I can go back. Costs 3 deaths. How do I know how many deaths I have? Okay, let's... or I can click game over, which I presume since it's all back. Let's try going back, I guess. And let's go with magic.
Wisely, Twilight's horn glows as she creates a magical shear, slicing the rope from the planks and freeing Trixie. At first, Trixie leaps down to embrace Twilight in a comforting cuddle, and whilst Twilight consoles her, she quickly pulls away to give a scowl of disappointment.
Stop messing around and let's get out of here.
You lose
Okay.
1 karma.
I lost a karma. Oh boy. So going to the left was definitely a bad idea. So, well, yeah. Thank you, Twilight, for being the level-headed one. Telling you to stop messing around. All right, let's
Continuing
continue.
down the corridor, the girls grow tired, and Trixie begins to lean against Twilight as her eyes droop. A grin comes across her as she feels her personal space being intruded upon, but she does not mind this time. Entering the next room, the mares feel compelled to sit and rest a while, their bodies heavy and weary. You gain 1 karma. Do you want to rest?
Okay, the picture's kind of creeping me out. Let's not rest. Let's find somewhere else to rest.
Twilight forces herself and Trixie to move on, despite their intense lethargic sensation, and pushes forward into a spiral staircase.
What is this? The freaking Council of the Two Sisters or something? My
The
God.
girls climb until they find a door in the wall, yet the stairs continue upwards still. Continue upwards, or go through the door.
Well, they're tired, so it seems like going through the door might be a good idea, you know, so they don't have to, since that would probably take less energy than climbing. It's into the
Pushing
door.
the door open quietly, the two enter into a calm, uneventful room with nothing of particular interest present. Will you go left or forward?
Isn't far where we just came from, or are we sort of viewing from their eyes here? Ugh. I don't know, left screwed me over last time. Let's go forward this
Heading
time.
forward, the girls press on.
Okay, I just had to
The
continue.
girls approach the door to their right and rattle it in its frame, unable to open it.
Okay, so what do we do now? I guess, well, we have to continue, but what are they going to do in-universe?
As Twilight turns away, Trixie procures
This is a
key.
thwomp.
As she raises her hook
Oh,
to
there we
insert
go.
it into the lock, it suddenly bites down on it. Trixie lunges backwards in horror, bumping into Twilight as the features and frames of the door begin to bend and emit sawdust as they move and rearrange themselves. Before long, something resembling a face becomes clear.
This is
It
Pajama
smiles,
Sam?
spitting out a few pieces of gold as it hacks and coughs up a cloud of wood shavings.
What's the big idea? Some of us are trying to sleep around here, you featherbrains.
Excuse me, Featherbrain.
Come on, Trixie.
That was really
Let's
quiet.
just leave it alone.
Yeah, that's right. Get out of here and go, you little cretins.
I can't
Trixie will
scroll.
not stand for insults from the likes of some ancient hunk of wood.
Ancient hunk of wood. Come over here and I'll show you just what an ancient hunk of wood can do.
Before Trixie can descend any further into a fight with a door, Twilight grabs Trixie's tail with her mouth and begins to drag her away as they continue to exchange insults all the way down the hall. Despite her rash actions,
Oh, boy.
at least Trixie managed to sweep up those couple of gold bits that nasty little door spat out back there. You gained 5 bits, but you lost the key.
Okay, my scrolling is all screwy again. It's, Alright, I guess we'll just have to continue and it'll eventually hopefully fix itself.
Unable to open the door, the girls decide to continue in another direction. Will you go forward or to the treasury?
Oh, the treasury has a name, so let's go to the treasury.
The girls enter into the treasury
my
and Trixie's jaw
God.
hits the floor. Mountains of gold, gems, artifacts, and treasures of all kind await their attention. You have several choices. Take a lot of gold, take a little gold, leave, or find out what's inside the bottle.
There's gonna be a dragon in here, isn't there? Let's investigate the bottle because that's sort of important sounding.
Trixie sees the faint, eye-catching glimmer of a mysterious golden bottle half buried in the mountain of gold. As she climbs through the treasure and gems to reach it, she picks it up and can see something written on it. Calmly, she rubs her hoof against it to polish it up so she can read it when suddenly a bright light flashes from the end, blinding herself as well as Twilight.
Gah! Trixie, what did you do?
That's definitely the same
Before they
voice
know
actor from other
it, Trixie and
investigations.
Twilight find themselves tossed into the air,
I
and as their
can't
vision
scroll. Oh.
returns to them, they both look
Go
down
all
in
the way
terror
down.
to find their bodies dribbling down and into the spout of the lamp, now resting amongst the gold once more, a place that they will now become familiar with for a very, very long time. Game over.
So they're gonna be genies from now on, I suppose. Especially Trixie looks like it. Alright, well, I got a game over. It seems like a good place to end the video. I'll keep going, though. I'll make it a few videos. Yeah, I'm Twilight and Trixie, and I'm out.